Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? We're talking some shit. That's right. On a Tuesday, we're going to be talking about a lot of ZR1, 2025 ZR1 up-and-coming stuff. I have been ragging on Ford for a very long time, and I know some of you are probably getting sick and tired of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to still rag on them, but I wanted to focus on the up-and-coming 2025 ZR1. The reason being is because it's going to give you everything you wanted Mustang to give you. We all wanted the Mustang to be Billy badass because we have this weird feeling that this generation of Mustang and muscle car in general might be the last one in our price range. Understand this, guys. V8 muscle does not have to die. It just has to get more expensive. That's all it needs to do. It needs to cater to a richer audience for maybe the manufacturers to say, hey, you know, we can still make these in a limited run, make them Billy badass, sell them to a small number of people that have a lot of money and don't really get affected that much by the bad economy, because making a performance-based vehicle cheaply so that the common Joe like you and I can buy it is increasingly difficult. As you've seen, the regular GT is now close to $50,000. The Dark Horse is $70,000 MSRP before the dealers get their hands on it. So I'm going to focus on the ZR1 because if price is being blown out of the water, meaning if an up-and-coming Cobra is $125,000, why the hell would I buy a Ford? Again, I am a Mustang fan. I'm a Mustang guy. But let's be real here. You wouldn't catch me dead in a Ford if it is going to be a $100,000 vehicle. We've seen the quality control issues. We've seen what they got going on. And it's a Ford. Now, I know some of you right now are probably in your garage or at work listening on the replay going, the Ford GT! That bitch was built by Multimatic. I don't consider that a Ford. The only thing Ford about that thing is the engine. Everything else was built by a race shop. So I don't consider that something that the United Auto Workers, who are about to be out of a job, built. So we'll talk about the Car and Driver article on it. I'll show you again the turbo manifolds, and we'll talk about power output on the up-and-coming supposed ZR1 in 2025. We're also going to want to talk about Ford putting out a patent to potentially put a 1,000-pound battery on top of a Bronco. We'll talk about all that stuff and talk a little shit, but as always, we're going to have Mr. Bill O'Reilly do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That is right. It always sucks, brother. It always sucks. Let's get after it with the sponsors. 2 Auto Solutions, Rami ZR1 2 Auto Solutions in Puerto Rico. Building Shelby trucks. A lot of Shelby trucks on the Puerto Ricans. When they buy a muscle car, it has to be the best model. Very rarely do you see a non-performance package or a low-trim vehicle in Puerto Rico. 2 Auto Solutions! Race Motive had a big event. Check them out. A couple of our customers won some like a rear-wheel drive class. Some guy in the Turbo 400 S550 went 188. Wild stuff. D&H Performance, D&Hperformance.com. He'll beat you up and he'll give you the best prices. He'll beat you in your face and in the pocketbook. D&H Performance. Partsfarm.com. They have another Boss motor. Man, I'm telling you, they get Boss motors, Voodoos, Predator motors. If you got a project going on, you got to check them out. They got some engines ready to go. Conformance, Mr. Kong, Greg Kong. He's got the Nelson Racing Engines program, the new cold air intake that's going to be put out there in the carbon fiber form. Check them out. Conformance on Instagram. Ultimate Header on Instagram, ultimateheader.com. PMAS. Nick James and PMAS and Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. Caliber Transmission on Instagram. The guy is building Stage 3 MT82s, 3160s, T56s. He built it all. Let's say hi to the people. We'll talk about the ZR1, and then we'll talk some shit for about an hour and a half. Joe Swish said hello. Deuce did it. The Wolf, Maki Mock, Gallo Bravo, Clean 93GT, Bubba Stang, D-Rock Fox, Wesley Stewart, Dixon, TJ Sikorsky, Nat Jude, Darren Harper, Tour Viate Racing, Theo Baltes, Tour Viate again, Paul Pontiu, Michael Oreno, Diego JD, Swag, one of the mods, South Detroit Entertainment, Jared Wells, Dunn, Monty 540, Brighton with the other mod, YouTube Corrupt Anti-Free Speech. Where the hell have you been, the other mod? Slow 99, D-Rock Fox, EPA, got himself a C8, gonna get some CC dubs. Bubba Stan K2, AZ, EPA again. Brian 03 Cobra, it's old man. Robo Style, Truvy out there again. Gregory Ovich, Harley Tequache Mode, D-Rock Fox. Renee, Wesley Stewart, Oliver Bryan, 1 of 1 RTR. Harley Tequache Mode. Dustin Garrison, Oliver Bryan, and Sub-Zero. Click Plop the Horse, Renee, Honda 50, Jason, Matt 2011 G, the other mod, Oliver Bryan, Kona Blue, Shipbox Fox. DeVille Design says, I bet it makes 50 to 900. Oliver Bryan, Ken McAllister, Elver, Redbird, Josh Roy, Gray Mustang, AJ, Nitrogen Buy Supplies, Eddie Winslow, Rich 50, Sam, Mikey 50, James William, what's up? I hope the ZR1 makes 1,000 since it's the last we're going to see of the ICE. I don't think it's going to be price. Well, okay. There's always going to be a Ferrari ICE car with hybrid. There's always going to be a Lambo ICE car with hybrid. They're not going to be outlawed. They're just going to be ridiculously expensive. Whipple, it's Ye Bison, Yevi Carlos, Franklin Smith, Fast Rider, Douglas, and James Williams, and all the usual suspects. Papo de Armas, Slick, Smudgy, Omega, Tony El Tigre, Street Driven, Hot Metal, Rican 50, Crown Victoria, Lifestyle. All right, let's go to the article, okay? So we're going to look at an article here real quick that was Car and Driver. 2025 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 starting at $150,000, aka $250,000, aka after markup. Overview: Chevrolet's legendary sports car is about to get even fiercer. The 670 horsepower Z06, motivated by the naturally aspirated 5.5 liter V8 engine, will be upgraded to a ZR1 in 2025. The ZR1 will build upon the excellent Z06, cranking power output to new heights and elevating the American icon to compete against Ferraris and Lamborghinis. The performance will likely come with an equally wild styling, sporting race car-inspired aerodynamics, blah, blah, blah. We also expect an even more powerful hybridized model to arrive in 2026, with an electric motor pushing the Corvette towards 1,000. God damn it, I love you. Again, I'm a Mustang guy, but these motherfuckers are doing it right. Let's keep reading. What's new for 2025? The Corvette ZR1 will be an all-new model when it launches for 2025. The ZR1 is expected to share components with the Z06, but should bring a unique aerodynamic package and more power. We estimate that the Corvette will start at 150 mark. When it reaches the dealerships, the ZR1 may be offered with more extreme Z07 packaging, engine, transmission, and performance. ZR1 will strap a pair of turbochargers, a pair of these. I showed you these before. This is the CAD drawing for the ZR1. This is it. Take a look. The addition of force induction should push the ZR1's power output to over 800 horsepower. All that oomph will be sent to the rear wheels, where wide, grippy tires should help the power translate to a blistering quick lap time. The ZR1 should also retain the beefy carbon fiber brakes from the Z06, and we predict 0 to 60 in under 2.5. So where does the other 200 horsepower come from? The electric motor. So now I showed you this a while ago. I have pictures of the actual manifolds themselves. I cannot show you them. There's an embargo. I have them, and when it becomes a thing where you can show them, I will do my best to get clearance. It is a big deal, but this right here is the actual manifold mated to the 5.5 dual overhead cam flat plane crank motor that is in the Z06. So basically, Z06, better internals, maybe lower compression, of course. Slap two of these motherfuckers on the bitch, make 800 on pump gas, and then 200 horsepower on the electric motor, and it is going to be all-wheel drive. What have I been telling you that Ford should have done with the new Mustang? EcoBoost hybrid. People said, that's crazy, that's crazy, that's crazy. I go, no, it's not crazy. If miles per gallon is a concern, you get a torquier, twin-turbo, smaller engine package in there. Then you get an electric drive that makes about 150 or 200 horse, driving the front wheels, or supplying the rear, whatever you want to do. That would be a freaking winner. But no, Ford didn't do that. Ford didn't even try to do that. They basically put a new nose on the S550, new rear, drift stick, popping and burbling, and stupid rev limiter that slams off the hard limiter, and revving on a key fob, and called it good. Then they said, wait till you see what we got going on. And they had Multimatic build a race car. And they're only going to build like 300 of them. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Whoa! Oh my Lord! I can't wait to never see that on the road. So, how many of the ZR1 will Chevrolet make? GM. More than 300. Now, if you're a supercar fan, forget loyalty, because there's people like Drag Times who he buys everything. He buys plaids, he buys Z06s, he buys, everything. So if you got that kind of money, meaning if you make more than $250,000 a year, maybe $300,000, you make good money, you're an executive somewhere, or you've just done really well for yourself, you're going to look at a 1,000 horsepower Lambo. How much does that cost? A 1,000 horsepower Ferrari. How much does that cost? Or a 1,000 horsepower ZR1 that's under $300,000. I know we're talking crazy numbers, but I'm sorry. Ford forced our hand. They forced our hand. They basically said, well, we're going to make the average guy never be able to afford a Mustang, a GT, or even a higher end model. Because if you're making $55,000 to $75,000 a year, which is the vast majority of people, okay, look, if I wasn't working for Fundraising and I didn't have this channel, I'd probably be making that wrenching somewhere like an idiot, okay? But that's literally my fallback. I am one of you. I just got lucky that I busted my ass, got this channel going, and I just happened to come across Fundraising, and they've treated me extremely well. And I never take for granted what I got going on, okay? I know I live in fear every day of going back because I've been there, struggled. So I know what it is to struggle. And look at what you thought was your favorite car become just out of reach. It goes out of orbit, leaves your orbit, and starts orbiting another planet, a bigger, better planet that can afford its orbit, and you can't. And you're like, what do? Do I just stay stuck? And that's how people get stuck in old generations. See, a lot of people think that people say, well, I'm a 3-valve guy. They're 3-valve guys because they couldn't afford Coyote. And again, I'm not saying you're broke. I'm just saying maybe they were out of their unobtainium for you. I get that. This GTD is unobtainium for me. Even if I could afford it and they were going to make a decent amount, I am not willing to spend $150,000. I'm sorry, $300,000 for a Ford. Look, I love you. You see those F450s out there? Really pretty, nice colors, big wheels, really looking nice. It's a $100,000 Ford. I love you, Ford. I'm not spending $100,000 on any of your products. If I'm spending $100,000, it's going to be German or Italian or something super high-end and fast that's American, a.k.a. high-end Corvette products or a Viper. I would never even look at no way. People say, Alec, if you're looking at an F450, you don't understand. I will buy an old piece of junk and keep it running before I buy a $100,000 truck. Now, if I had a business and I needed the write-off, that's a completely different story. But I'm not there. So this ZR1, if you somehow get a hold of a GTD that's supposed to come out with all the specs that they're talking about, 800 horsepower, versus a 1,000 horsepower ZR1 that costs $100,000 less. Look, if you're rich, you're buying both. You're buying both. You're not gonna be torn, gun to your head, GTD or ZR1. It's just not it. You're gonna buy both because you got it like that. That when you reach that level of money, those guys got it like that, and it's not a big deal. So we can talk about that a little bit. Also, on Twitter, or whatever the hell you call it now, the X, somebody sent me a patent that Ford had put out there, talking about potentially strapping on a battery on top of a vehicle. So Motor Authority had the article. Check this out. Now this is great. I love it. So a recently published Ford patent suggests an unusual way to boost EV range. The first image shows a Bronco-like SUV with a roof carrier connected to a charge cable. The idea is that the supplemental battery could be strapped to the roof of an EV and used as a backup source when charging stations aren't available. Like, look at this. Like, it is so stupid. Look at this. Is basically it right here. They basically have like a Bronco. Let's say it's an EV. And they're like, well, instead of building a platform like a skateboard where the frame is the battery, we'll just put a battery on the roof. Okay, fine. I get it. Half of these patents don't make it to production. Just like the Coyote all-wheel drive patent. Remember the patent that Ford put out there saying that they had a patent for a Coyote power plant with a transfer case to make it all-wheel drive, like in a Mustang. Maybe that'll come out. What's that car going to be? $350,000? Get the hell out of my life with that BS. But I think it's pretty funny to see I think they patented it just in case, so that in case they ever need to do it, they have the patent already and they don't need to do anything else. But I think it's hilarious looking. Why don't you just make a trailer with a battery in the back? Like, get a tow hitch, get a trailer, put a whole freaking battery in the back and say, vaya con Dios, let's see how this goes. Also, let's finish it up. I pinned a link to be able to nominate Alec Bledsoe from Late Model Performance in one of the 30 under 30, because he is under 30 years old. I think he's 29. He runs a business. He tuned some of the quickest cars in certain classes. I think there was a Yellow Bullet not too long ago. I think it was Yellow Bullet. And he had a car running 410. A notch with a badass LS running 410 in the 8th. And he's the tuner. He's the, I don't want to say the brains behind the operation because I don't know the operation. But the fact that he's out there under, how many of you, Turvey, are under 30 years old and haven't done a quarter of what Bledsoe has done? And that dude has literally been all over the place and running a business. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets nominated. And also, I'm going to try to help him out because he is going to try to go to World Cup. He's going to bring his ZL1 Camaro to World Cup. So this is what I'm proposing. World Cup is the first weekend of November. It is September 5th. We have basically 2 months. I want to try to raise at least $2,000 with your help so that Alec Bledsoe can attend World Cup. This is why I want to sponsor him, right? I want this show to sponsor him. I want him to put a big peasant chat sticker on the car. And he's going to be racing in a class that is an overdrive transmission class. And I think he has a good shot of winning the class. And it would be hilarious to me to see a peasant chat sticker on that car and making passes. Now, what I'm hoping is to get about $2,000. I don't know how to do it yet. I don't want to do GoFundMe. I don't want to do anything like that. Now, why do I want to sponsor him? Because he has to close his shop. You understand? He's got 3 or 4 employees or more. He has to close his shop from Wednesday all the way to Sunday, 2 eliminations. That costs money. And I want to just maybe lessen the blow that he's going to take. Now, I might either go do a PayPal link and just send it to my PayPal, and every single penny I get from you guys through my PayPal will go to him. But I have to do a start date and an end date. So I want to be able to promote that. But my goal is to get at least a couple grand. So we can do maybe a couple week long drive and, just kind of, and then just close it and then send him the money and have him have that in the pot. So that when he goes racing, it's less of, oh my God, Baltron in the back window. So we have to come up with a sticker. Something, because if we're sponsoring Late Model Performance's Camaro, there's going to have to be a sticker on there that's fucking hilarious. Nothing to do with my name, no YDBT, no YOLO douchebag, nothing. Baltron, peasant chat, whatever, because all we want to do is help out a brother who is under 30 years old, one of the more influential people in the Chevy world. Okay, like, I'm not a Chevy guy, but this guy has some of the CTSV records, ZR1 stick shift C6 record, ZL1 stock blower record, and he has tuned currently, if I'm not mistaken, quickest and fastest Blackwing CT5 around, and he's been on the forefront of a lot of stuff. So I want to get him some recognition. And why do I want to do that? When I was coming up, people helped me out. I don't think he needs my help, but I want to help anyway. He didn't ask for it. He didn't ask for shit. He didn't even mention it. So do me a favor, go to Drag Illustrated, nominate him for 30 and 30, and let's get a couple grand going. I'll give you some kind of PayPal link or something at the end of the show, and we'll see how much it will be. Every single penny. So if it hits $2,000, drives over and I'll refund everyone else's money or whatever, or we can do it longer. So what do you guys think? How long should we do the drive for? Because it is the first weekend of November. And what should we put on the back window or wherever there's space? Like, I want the back quarter panel. Like, I really want the back quarter panel, and I will get the sticker made. And if it is Baltron, whatever the hell we can do. So we'll talk about it. What do you guys think about the 1,000 horsepower ZR1? What do you think about Ford patenting a battery on top of a roof? And what should we get Alec Bledsoe's car? What kind of sticker? If we're able to raise at least a couple grand, I'd love to have one of our stickers on the back, and it'd be hell. It'd be so freaking funny, and I want to do that a lot because this show is influential. Even though we don't get a ton of views, it does influence a lot of the stuff that happens in the industry. Someone says, I agree with Bryson. Is the class Alec trying to get into True Street? I think it's the one that has any overdrive transmission. Vendor giveaway raffles to raise funds. I don't want to do any raffles. It's just straight donations. Tin can an A car and dump huge money into a car. Even though, let's get the likes up, folks. Yeah. Okay. PayPal will probably be your best bet. I'll definitely throw down on that. Yeah, because I don't want to do GoFundMe. I think GoFundMe has done some weird shit in the past. We helped Bondo Bird come from California all the way, and what was that? $5,000? Wasn't that $5,000 we gave to Bondo Bird, and he got all the way to Georgia from California. Car broke down, but he got here, was able to experience it. How much of a good or bad experience that was, who knows? But this just chat helped out. He needs a Trump 1 sticker. No, we're not going to. I mean, he's about that life, and that whole crowd up there at World Cup is about that life. Nothing political. It has to be show related. Joe Jack says, one of my best friends races a notch in Ultra 275. He runs 460s and also owns his own shop. Busy as hell. It takes a huge amount of time and money to do that. Right. Baltron with a Robo Tony on a lease. We got to put Built by Turvey on the back. You had a bum character on one of the chats. That could work. Okay. 6 weeks and I'll donate. He's a good dude. He seems to be a really good dude. That's the only reason I want to help him, because we've had long talks. We talk on the phone. Actually calls me and asks for advice. What do you think about this? So we just talk shit. We literally just talk shit. And I'm like, well, this guy's legit, man. He needs a little bump. Hey yo. And I think he'll do really well. And if that car wins that class, because based on what he's done on the street with street cars, on the track with his personal cars, and his crew, boy, what a great thing to have. See, I hope he really realizes what he's got going on right now. Maybe the day-to-day struggles of him working, paying bills, and making sure that everyone's paid. And, he has a crew that's like ride or die. Like, the crew is there all the time. They work late. They're about racing. They help at the track. They're young. They're enthusiastic. That is insanely difficult to get. So one day he'll have to look back and go, man, I hope that I help in the smallest way by lessening the blow financially, because it is a huge financial burden to go racing. Well, people go, Alex, how come you don't go to the track? Guys, if I take my GT500 to a track, it's going to be a $700 to $800 day. Oh, you got it. That doesn't mean I should spend it like that. And that's a rental. That's like a rental. $300 for the rental, gas, food. And what if shit breaks down? So, I mean, it's going to be big money to go racing for 4 or 5 days. When you own a business, they got to get there Wednesday, do testing, Thursday, then qualifying, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bro. And they all got to sleep somewhere, eat, get ice, food. Dude, it's a huge, huge undertaking. That would be interesting. Stalker should say this car makes coochie leak. Oh, gotcha. Bearded Haram sticker. Nah, a lot of Puerto Ricans up this. I'm not sure. Darker horse. What up, Killer Alex? What's up, Ace Rivera? Baltron for the win. You mean China? Missing shifts across the country. He came from China. We helped build his motor. Just kidding. Tony's face should be the logo. I mean, look, I'll put it up to a vote maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning on the community tab, I will put up a vote as to what sticker should be on Alec Bledsoe's car to represent the chat. And if it's Baltron, it's Baltron. If it's Tony, it's Tony. If it's hashtag peasant chat, whatever. But it has to be something we can go, hey, shh, right there. There it is. We see it. From my understanding, the ZR1 isn't going to be a top trim like the Zora is. From what I hear, it's going to be the 1,000 horsepower hybrid. Cool. Baltron. Yeah, Baltron is a good idea. Baltron's a really good idea. I like Baltron. Baltron's hilarious as fuck. And he won't know. No one will know. People are, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, about 400 of us will know. And we'll go, hey, there's Baltron. And every time it's up, I'm gonna freaking, like, I will record every time it's up and make sure we get it all in there. Dad in the trunk sticker. An angelic version of Judas Priest. Shut up, man. Jesus Christ. You know, Torviate just is a buzzkill sometimes. If you ever get to the track, if you've never been to the track, then you don't know. Okay. Hey, Alex, race day MT class this weekend at my local drag strip. Out of 26 cars, came in second. Just want to say thank you for Fundraising for amazing tuning. You guys, what's MT? Manual transmission? 5-0 Kid Productions? I'm getting mixed information on this. What should I set my Vikings to at the track? S550 stick car TVS. What tire? What tire? You shouldn't be listening to anybody but your tuner. What tire? That'll tell me if you even listen to the show. Take that, Elon Musk. I love it. A battery on the roof to lower the range while trying to extend it. It says everything you need to know about Ford. Right. Let's put 1,000 pounds on top of an electric vehicle so that it extends the range. But now the range is going to be cut down because another battery weighs 1,000 pounds. Just get a U-Haul trailer and the whole thing is a battery to extend the range. It is so stupid what Ford is doing with their EV program. Speaking of Beard Haram, it's on the car and it was a pain in the ass. I'll toss 500 at it if you put a sticker that has a picture of your YDBT face on it. Like the hat face? Like the vectored. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it live. I think it's on Dropbox. I think all my shit's on Dropbox. So, I can get a huge, but that's my face. But I don't know. I don't know. Dude, if we give him $2,000, like, he'll do it. I'm sure he'll do it. Let me see. Account. Let's go to account. My Dropbox. And we'll see what I got in there. Dismiss. This is so stupid. YOLO. I'll see what I got in here. I got a bunch of pictures of my face. Fan stickers. No. I got pictures in the, can't be shown, motherfucker. Video animation, yellow t-shirts, fans. Yeah. I want to see if I can find a picture of my face that we can like make big, like 2 foot by 2 foot. I don't want the YDBT stuff in there because that's like me. I don't want him like to rep that stuff. There was a picture of my face that was vectorized, meaning it was kind of switched around. Let me see. No, not there. Photos, video, not video animation. Oh, okay. So basically this. Let's see if we can look at it. Yeah. So, so imagine if we can get something like that on there, like the face. I can get that. I definitely can make that face. I have the raw file for that sticker. That stupid, eye. But the problem is it has to be like on a white background. It can't be on a black background because it'll look super stupid. So I think Baltron is going to be the way to go, to be honest with you. I think Baltron's probably going to be the way to go because that can go over any background. I know this is boring, but just a standard YDBT sticker, it all depends on what he's willing to do. If he wants to do something like that, cool. If he doesn't, it's all good. But I think it'd be funny as hell if we could put something that only us recognize. Get a sticker made of your calves. Oh, no. Listen to your tuner unless it's... That's why I'm asking you. Asking my tuner. What tires... So you didn't answer my question. So, if you have a stick shift Mustang, you sure as hell should not have a drag radio back there at the track. Right? You don't have a drag radio on there. If you have a drag radio... No shock settings on the planet are going to help you. You need a bias ply with a stick car. Because we are dumping the clutch. Right? We're dumping the clutch, right, Jared Wells? So that means you need dampening control. So 28 by 11 by 17. Who's your QuickTime Pro? On a 17 by 10 rim, you set the compression to 6. He's not running bias plies? Then who gives a fuck about the settings? Right now, I'm an M&H full slick. What? He said, right now, I'm on an M&H full slick, wanted a QuickTime Pro, but was okay, that's fine. So you have a full slick, not drag radial. Good. Compression at 6, rebound at 10. Okay. The car's going to squat a little bit, but I see a lot of people with IRSs stuff the tire into the fender or the quarter panel. The more important thing is what spring is back there. In my opinion, the Steeda drag spring is the one to have. Now, if you go to YouTube and you type in Steeda silver bullet, that thing launches amazing. They do a really, really good job. They do a really good job with its tuning because they listen to us. And the springs sit just right. So this is Steeda's Silver Bullet. Very badass car. And this is how it sits. It sits wonderfully. Scott Boda and Chris. So this thing launches.
Video, and I mean that.
This thing launches really good. So let's see if we can capture it launching. Okay. So see the tire, how it's rubbing a little bit. This is, I think, a 315 tire. And right there, it's not. You cannot stuff that tire in the quarter panel. You know what I'm saying? You cannot stuff that thing in the quarter panel because a tire that size,
wheels in the air, get out of the gas,
will rub.
It's going to come crashing down. You tear up your front struts.
But did you see how it didn't squat the hell out of the car? It didn't like slam it.
Wheels in the air, get out of the gas. It's going to come crashing down. You tear up your front struts.
So the tire came down and it met the lip of the quarter panel and it stayed there. So I want your compression at 6 so it doesn't come down too hard, and your rebound at 10 so it stays there. I don't want the car squatting and then separating. The separation on an IRS car is not desirable. You want it to come down a little bit, and then you want the whole car to rotate, meaning come down as the power is applied. You don't want the tire to go up into the quarter panel and then come back out. Or stuff it so far in that it has that you're basically relying on the spring only. So in my opinion, you need a Steeda drag spring with a Viking and a 610 compression, 6 compression, 10 rebound. And in my opinion, that is the best way to set up your suspension in a moderately powered car. Now, if you have, 1,000 horse, the valving is different. There's different valving, and you need adjustable fronts. So it changes the game. YDBT with Tony's face on it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, he says, okay, who's your bias? Okay, so he did say bias plus. Good for you. So you're listening. I appreciate that. 610. Look for a Steeda drag spring. If the tires rub, you need a stiffer spring. Don't rely. Okay, in my opinion, the spring should take the brunt of the load of the dampening. And then the control, the load is the spring, the control is the shock. So if you have a car that has BMR springs, it's gonna slam the tire into the quarter panel. So that's why they only tell you to run a 305 45 17. Why? Because it fits. But if you run a 315 tire and you make big boy power, you can't run their settings. They're lost. So what do you need? Well, you need a stiffer spring so that the shocks don't work that hard. Why would you get a really soft spring and then tax the hell out of the shock to have it control the dampening when you can make up a lot of that with the spring? A lot of people go, I need more compression. Why don't you get a stiffer spring? What? Like for instance, the front, and we can get way into it. We can get way into the weeds when it comes to suspension. But a lot of people keep saying, I need more adjustability. And 9 times out of 10, all they need is a different spring. They think the shock, or the strut. I'm like, what about the spring? What about the spring? I got these. Well, why don't you get a stiffer spring? But this isn't the show to get into the weeds on suspension tuning, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Oliver Bryant, so Jay Walker says, so how about $80,000 dark horse that runs 12.3? Bro, Jay Walker, it is embarrassing. I am a Ford Mustang guy. I am 100% into Mustangs. This 24 GT is a fucking dud. The 24 dark horse is an absolute loser. Think about it. People are saying the dumbest things now. Well, you can only, on a 10R80, you can only test it in 5th gear. Wait till they tune it. Well, then guess what, asshole? It's tuned. Now we have to put it up against tuned Mustangs, and there is no competition. Just like when Jay Tucker did the JLT video with the TRX. Well, you know, cap protection is making the power kind of be weird, so we're going to tune it, turn off cap protection, and he said, there you go. And Gail Banks was like, dude, you tuned it. So, if you think that it's not a fair comparison to dyno in 5th gear, and it should be dynoed in 6th or 7th gear, but you need a tune for that, that's not my fault. That's not the dyno operator's fault. That's Ford's fault. If it hits a speed limiter before the car revs out in 1-to-1 gear, that's not. What is this craziness that wait until it gets tuned stuff? Now you got to compare it against tuned Mustangs that are lighter. Don't you understand that? Oh no, we're just going to adjust one thing, the rev limiter. Oh, shut up. Yesterday's race is not yesterday's price, not today's price. Exactly. Don't downplay the price, Jay Walker. They're being marked up $100,000. Yes, dark horses are being marked up at $100,000. Hey, Alex, says Red Fox. I just sent you an email about unique Coyote setup in a 77, 78 F100. Love you, Red Fox. This channel don't care about trucks like that. Love you. Mark, say from thinking about flop horse was going to be worth its price tag. Imagine you're at Mustang Week right now and you're revving on a key fob. You look at the drift stick. Wow, drift stick. Wow, revving on a key fob. Wow. And then, hey, let's go make a pull. And a Corsa cold air pump gas 10R80 car donkey gaps your shit. But Alex, it's tuned. Not my fault that Ford didn't allow us to tune this car right off the rip. 11 Mustang, tunable. 15 Mustang, tunable. GT350, tunable. GT500, tunable. 18 Mustang, tunable. Mach 1, tunable. 21 to 23 Mustangs, tunable. 24, Sasso, man. Sasso. Used to be Ron. Whose fault is that?
Ooh, what's that smell?
Whose fault is that?
Sasso, man.
Don't get mad at us. If you're going to start comparing tuned cars to non-tuned cars and say that the fact that it's not tuned, that's the excuse. Boys, shut up with that. Every other Mustang generation before it was able to be tuned right away. And now this one can't. And you're saying that's the issue, it's not performing? More copium, please. Fuck out of here. It is a dud. Cars and Drum says, I own an S650 Premium and can admit it feels way slower than my old S550. I do like the tech though. There you go. That's exactly what you need to concentrate on. The tech. These cars are not performance vehicles. These cars are not meant to be performance vehicles. These cars are meant to be entertainment vehicles. Zippy, V8, some power, tons of weird gimmicky tech. Drift stick, key fob, rev limiter, flip the horse on the dash. The performance, meaning in terms of speed, is secondary. I tested over 2450 and 23 Mustang Mach-E. The Mach-E felt more badass than the 5.0. Acceleration was badass on the Mach-E. You see the influencers doing the carbon filter delete? Yes, and it's not making much of a difference. Some dumb son of a bitch took the carbon traps out and said that it gained 60 to 130 a second. Oh, 50 horsepower? 50 horsepower. That's why draggies are a terrible measuring stick. The draggy is not scientific. It's not scientific. It's GPS. It's ish. It's close-ish. Scientific is irrefutable, repeatable, and measurable. You're out there going, I took out carbon traps and it went a second quicker, 60 to 130. So it went to it made 50 horsepower. My notchback goes 8.9, 60 to 130 on pumped gas. The new Dark Horse is in the 11s. Guys, 3 seconds? Well, let's give it 2. 2 seconds? Count 2 seconds. Vroom, vroom. That's like 6 cars. Stop it. I can't wait to see all the Dark Horse videos of them getting buzzed. Senior had the 2020 GT500 chopping on day 1. Ain't no regular Mustang, it's a Dark Horse. That's right. It's not no regular F-150. It's a fucking Raptor.
Ain't no regular F-150, this a fucking Raptor. Yeah.
So stupid. So we're all disappointed. All of us here that are Mustang fans and we love the Mustang, we feel slighted by Ford. Because now they've given you a lesser vehicle with more tech, meaning performance. We're talking about performance. It is a lesser performing vehicle in terms of how it drives than the previous generation. So now we are entering this era that the cars don't get incrementally better. 11 through 14 was quicker than 15 to 17, stock for stock. The only reason 15 to 17 was more desirable because the motor can make 800, 900, no problem, whereas the 11 to 14 motor blew up at 750. The 18 came out with the 10R80, and it was instantly faster than the Gen 2 by a lot. 21 and 23, same. And now the 24 is absolutely slower than the previous generation. Matter of fact, this is what I want to see. I want to see a new Dark Horse versus a stock 11 to 14 GT. Oh, that'd be fun. Alex, I saw that on the Draggy Facebook page, FLK claiming 1 second gains. 1 second gains. That's like 50 horsepower, you fucking dumb clown son of a bitch. Stupid. Anyone that listens to that dumb motherfucker needs to be fucking given a bleach cocktail. Alec, most people are not asking for Baltron. Where's Alec? Oh, late model. Hey, everyone. Alec checking in. Thanks for everything. I'm curious to see what sticker everyone wants. I will put it up to a vote. You know what? We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Because this is how the show operates. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
What sticker?
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Alec Bledsoe put on his car at World Cup. Okay. Option 1, Baltron. Option 2, Peasant Chat. What other options? Peasant Chat. Option 3, I don't want my face. My face should not be an option because, you know, I respect the dude. Dude, there we go. Add option. Where's add option? There it is. Add option. What else? What else should we add? Throw stuff out there, guys. Throw stuff out there. Pride progress flag? A pride flag. I would never, I don't want him to get beat up out there. Make sure you drop. Okay, we got Baltron, Peasant Chat, and let's say my face. My face. Start poll and go. Whatever this poll at the end of the chat, we got Baltron, Peasant Chat, and my face. Whatever this is, we will make the sticker. We'll try to get at least $2,000 for Alec Bledsoe by, let's say, a week, right? Let's say we do the drive for a week, and I'll start it, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. If you don't vote Baltron, you did the dash. Amory, what's the best platform for reliable power? Well, Hookhead 21, I've always said the Gen 2 Mustang is perfect. The aftermarket is robust. You can build an 8-second S550, 15 to 17, no freaking sweat. Easy peasy. Can't say E like this retainer. I have a retainer up here. making sure my teeth are all, good. It's squeezing everything. And C's, T's, and S's are difficult to say. Excuse me. Gen 2 S550, in my opinion. Them calves? Do you want to see calves? What about the calves? What about my calves? How can I? Okay, I'll add an option. Let me see. Can I edit? No, I can't. I can only end the poll. So we'll see at the end of the chat what we say, and then we'll. Alec, I'm gonna try to get you $2,000. That's my goal. $2,000. Here's a sticker. PayPal you the money. Send you the sticker. It's gonna be big, like a quarter panel or something. I'll figure it out. Put up a bigger Baltron for the poll. Sofia Vergara. Oh my God. Peasant chat. Picture of Sofia Vergara. Tony Sancho Plumbing Service. Look, it's not finalized. I can do a post tomorrow and have you guys vote on the post. And I'll make sure on Instagram and on Facebook, I direct traffic to the YouTube poll. And then, the biggest thing is to help him out financially. He doesn't need it. But, if he shuts down his shop for 5 days, it's like $30,000 gone. So, try to help brother out. I know how tough it is. That Sasso should be added. Saw a video of M3 going 3.7, 60 to 130. Serious car. Man, Dark Horse is $80,000 fully loaded. And that's not with carbon fiber wheel options. Come on, boys. Got to get vote for the Baltron. Alex, I watched the last episode the other night where you drew the new Mustang logo. It should be named the Mustang Horse Dick. So, a lot of people knew what I was drawing before I was finished drawing it. They're like, watch him draw a dick. And I'm like, we can be friends. Because look, we talked about how influencers are under the Ford umbrella and they're getting pressured to toe the company line. And let's be honest, Mustangs are going to be lazy cars right now. Like they're going to try to tout innovations and racing and this and this and that. From like the GTD or the up and coming Cobra. For $100,000, guys, I'm looking at German cars. I'm looking at German cars for $100,000. I'm not touching a Ford for $100,000. Look, I saw a Viper for sale for $97,000, and my brain went like, I can afford that. And then I'm like doing the numbers, and I'm like, I can afford it, but that's for like many years. So I'm like, well, calm down, Alex. Calm the hell down. Sell the GT500 and Notch. Because those two will be sold eventually. Look, the Notch needs to go 10s NA and 9 stick nitrous. GT500 needs to go 8s once, 8.99, and I'm happy. I already bought the bias plies tires. They're coming tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm getting 2 pairs of Mickey Thompson 2810 515 stiff wall. We're going to go ahead and get on there, do some street stuff on the Notch. The GT500 might get some pulls because I get more grip out of the stiff walls than the drag radials on asphalt. So we'll see how all that goes. Hellcats and Trackhawks. I got a dad in the Alex, would you rather build a Gen 2 auto or Gen 3 auto? Both will get ESS G3X, a fuel system at both. Just debating on what will be faster with my 100mm pulley. Okay, Sam50. On a 100mm pulley, I would go for Gen 3. The 10R80, up to a certain power level, is superior than the 6R80. Past 850 horsepower, I'd rather do a built 6R than a built 10R. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna build a 6R in a Gen 2, it's gonna last you a season or two. If you're gonna build a 10R at over 1,000 wheel, it's gonna last you one season depending on how much you use it. Like I see Nardi out there. He's got the red Helium twin turbo car. Bro, stop making pulls in that car for no reason. If Instagram is not paying you, if YouTube is not paying you, stop going out there, and I love you. I think your car is badass, and you seem like a nice guy. And you're going to wear that motherfucker out really fast for Instagram. Instagram doesn't pay. Go to a track, run a number, cruise it around town, race a friend. But to slap a camera on your shit and just do pulls for no reason, except to show it on Instagram on a reel. I love you. That's your right. You're going to burn that sucker up. You already blew up a motor. You don't want to burn up a trans. Mission. Do you know what I'm saying? Does late model tune LS3 vets? He's right here. Ask him yourself. Jay Walker's talking about reaches into the house fun. Right, exactly. The car of blue car enthusiasts now unreachable. Never thought I'd see it. I stand with Russia. Should be on the sticker. Oh my God. Hear me out, boys. I can make a Baltron with peasant chat. Do it. But I'm saying the sticker has to be noticeable. And I got to do a big vinyl, like 3 of them or 4 of them. So it's going to cost some money. A silhouette shown to shield the silhouette. A base model Gen 1 will gap the shit out of a dark horse. That's what I'm saying. A picture of Greta Thunberg's head for the sticker. For $100,000, even the GTR is considerable. Aftermarket for GTR is there for sure. Right. Like a GTR. One of our generations. Like, we look at GTRs, it's like it's not fair anymore. We're like, fuck, car's not fair. Just like, we don't even think about that car. We go, it's just not fair. It's just so capable. Now, beatable? Yeah, of course. Everything's beatable. Everything's beatable. But we, in the Mustang and let's say Camaro community, see a well put together GTR and we go, not fair. So we just like, it should be in its own class. The GTR class. I do a poll like once every 2 weeks. Exactly, me too. A big sticker of Alec's face on his own car would be funny. Yes, look, this one. Can we do this? But it says on the bottom, you know, peasant chat or something. Like on the bottom, it'll say, can Baltron be like behind him? Can Baltron be behind him? And it says peasant chat on the bottom or something. We can do something like that. We'll figure it out. Did you dyno the GT500 yet? No. I have to, what do I have to do? I got to change the oil. I have a question, says Recon50. Alec from Late Model. My friend has an 09 CTSV, but he currently has it with him in Europe. How do you recommend tuning it? Is remote tuning a thing for CTSV too? I think anything can be remotely tuned if he has a wideband and a great channels configuration for HP tuners. I would have him tune my car. I would absolutely have him tune my car. Alex R says, I'm actually lockout using the VMP harness versus using the VMP harness. Which way to go when swapping my Gen 2? Just lock it up. Just lock it out. I don't understand people. I used to be a proponent of keeping them active. But because the aftermarket sucks so bad, I don't trust anyone with harnesses. And if they work, great. But I'm not going to try to make them work. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say you get the harnesses and I give you the tune and it throws IMRC codes. Vaya con Dios. I don't care. I'm not going to try to diagnose that. Just want to thank every guys at Mexico Racing League, Mexico Racing League, or Ace Performance for you hooking up my car with bolt-ons in Lund with the 85. The car drives really good. Thank you, Lund. Neffy Avalo. Thank you, sir. Alex Cardozo says, Vortec V3 made 800 on E, stock Manny. What games would you generally see with a ported Boss 302 Manny? Just move the power to the right. The stock manifold is great on a Vortec because you need that torque. That torque is there on a stock manifold. On a Boss, it's just moved to the right a little bit. The power and the torque is lower. So, honestly, I'd leave it there. The GTR equals the Fox body. Built by Turvey. John Milner says, Alex, I have a 15 GT MT82. In one of your intake shootout videos, you said you'd pick the stock 15 manifold for your auto, but would choose differently for a stick. Why so? Doing daily drive, daily strip build. For the reason I explained. Torque down low. Auto needs torque. Unless you have a very loose converter. And the video, look at the power graph on the video. The torque on the stock manifold came in quicker. What's up, Tony? Come on in. Push the door. Push the door. Come on. Push the door. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Push the door. Push the door. Come on. He's staring out the... There you go. You got it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Push the door. Keep pushing the door. He's never pushed the door before. He's probably like, why is Alex yelling in there? Come on, buddy. Say hi to the people. Come on. Come on. Yeah. You better figure it out. Figure it out. Bottom sticker should say couch touching walls. Dark Horse needs 7-inch pistons to make it work better. Thanks for the response. We'll be emailing you this week for a tune revision. Intakers, if you go Boss Manny and a centrifugal, all your power is going to be the high RPM. Very anemic down low. Right. If you have a centrifugal, you lose so much torque if you put an 18 manifold or a Boss manifold. If you have a Gen 2 Mustang or Gen 1 Mustang, keep the stock manifold. Now, if you're pulleyed to death, like 15 pounds and up, okay, you can put a ported blower on there. For your carb coyote build, have you considered a carb voodoo? Yes, I have. Hell of a price increase, but it would be a bad motherfucker. I have. Attractive female holding twin turbos, chest height, no, stop. That's stupid. That is so stupid. An attractive female holding two turbos as tits and pedant on the bottom is akin to like, that is just so cliche dumb. I would never do it. No way. So it's better to port the stock 18 manifold rather than getting a Boss 302? Yeah, absolutely. Alex, you're still going to go with the tick shifter? And what fluid do you prefer on the T56? My car, the only reason I did not go with the tick shifter on the T56 was because the lack of adjustability. So straight up, the tick shifter sat too far to the right. It just sat too far to the right for me. And I'm like, no. So unfortunately, I had to get an MGW because I'm able to clock the shifter with their collar, the press collar. Come on, buddy. With their little collar that tightens with Allen wrenches, and I'm able to bring it in more. Because when I'm strapped in with a 6-point harness, I don't want to be reaching for the gear. I don't want to be like this. I want to be like this. So I clocked it. I'm not a fan of MGW stuff, but for that car, it worked out. In your opinion, would it be worth to go pause? Oh my God. Why do people get so fucking obsessed with porting manifolds? How much power do you think there is in porting? Where did you read that there is a huge increase in porting? Oh, what's up, buddy? You made it. Where did you read that? Did you read that somewhere? Did you go on a forum somewhere and someone told you that you need to port something? Like, can you please stop asking about ported stuff on pump gas stock cam cars? Your car is stock with pump gas and you want to port a manifold. Like that fucking matters. You got other problems. You're on pump gas. Like porting is not a thing, in my opinion, unless you need after boost, after cams, then you go to porting. Not before. Like porting a stock throttle body, stock manifold on a pump gas car is like the most peasant of all peasant mods in the history of peasant mods. You are a poor ass son of a bitch if your first thought is, let me port the throttle body and manifold for 8 horsepower? 8. Not 18. Not 80. 8. Just get a fucking E85 tune. Gran Turismo is why people think port and polish makes a world of a difference. It makes no difference. I mean, depending on your setup, it makes probably no difference. Ported 18 versus non-ported, like 4 horsepower difference. Exactly. It's not about the porting. It's about the sending the message. It must be. At least they're asking about porting throttle bodies. That's exactly why I like my MGW shifter. I can clock it towards me so it's not so goddamn far away. What about a big QR code sticker? No, that's stupid. QR code. Puerto Ricans barely know how to function an iPhone. You're going to make them look up the QR thing? That's work. People just need to see Baltron. You need to port if you use a throttle. You need to port if you use a throttle body spacer. Then don't use a throttle body spacer. They probably got their porting from a Nate Ryder. Jesus. Car crowded with turbo blow-through setup. No turbo. Fuck that. Turbo. Centrifugal blow-through setup. Fuck turbos. Bussy porting. Exactly. First part I bought for my Coyote is a ported Boss. Why? Just so dumb. I don't know. My Holly has a twin 60mm throttle body. It probably is the poorest mod. Walmart is selling Gen 3 Coyotes with free shipping. What is the best way to get old gas out of an S550? You drive it. Drive it. Like, you don't have to beat it up. You don't have to like go watt. Drive it. You know, jumper the fuel pump control module. VMP sells a jumper harness. You plug in and it turns the fuel pumps on and you could drain it from the rail. Like, it's not that hard. Cody McGill says, in the amount of time it takes you to remove a manifold and reinstall it, you could be out there practicing your 60-foot times or your shifts. I am blown away at the amount of time and money people put into NA cars. Right. There are people that are still NA trying to be authorities in the Mustang game. Now, I'm not saying that your opinion is not valid, but it is less informed than someone like mine. I've had every combination on the planet. NA, Century, PD, Stick, Auto, all generations. I will probably never have a Gen 4 because that is just the dumbest fucking thing on the planet, the S650. It's a good looking car. It's heavy and slow. It's like, that's the deal breaker. It's heavy and slow. So, NA guys are out there arguing, tuning. I'm like, I love you. You haven't done shit except NA stuff. Like, if your whole MO is one particular setup, you can't talk to me about anything else but NA shit. Like, stay in your lane with NA shit. But when it comes to general Mustang knowledge, and you have put yourself in a little tiny NA box, I'm not going to listen to you. Like, at all. While Baltron is losing, who's winning? Oh my God, we got Peasant Chat winning right now. Currently, Peasant Chat is winning. Look at this. Holy shit. All right. Well, we'll see what the end of the show looks like. Again, I'll put up another vote tomorrow, but I wanted to kind of get your thought process on that because that'd be interesting as fuck. If we can get Alec Bledsoe a couple grand to help out, sponsor, and a big ass sticker on the back. Jeremiah Camp says, hey man, what's up? What's up, Jeremiah Camp? I haven't seen him in forever, dude. The steel flywheel better for daily driving, correct? Yes, than an aluminum flywheel, correct. Slocko said, going from Gen 1 to Gen 2 port ahead, you could see 40 horsepower. Cool. Show me that. John Bailey, prove it. Take a stock Gen 1 Coyote. Run it on the dyno. Put on Gen 2 ported cylinder heads. No tuning. Because you just gave a very generic statement. Slocko said going from Gen 1 to ported Gen 2 heads, you could see 40 horsepower. Bullshit. Boosted? Totally different. Cammed? Totally different. NA? Bullshit. 40 horsepower from porting on an NA car. Pump gas. But Alex, we're not talking. No. You need to be specific when you talk to me. If someone claims 40 horsepower out of a head that already flows 300 CFM, 40 horsepower? It's like the people that said the intake cam adds 100 horsepower. Remember those people? Remember the intake only cam that makes 100 more horsepower? Where the fuck is that? Where's that 100 horsepower? Intake only cams. Well, the tuner has to know how to. How come it was never repeated on any car ever after that? How come the intake only cam upgrade never gained 100 horsepower on any other car ever? Because Lund sucks? Because we are in the business of not making power? Got it. Got it. Got it. Some crazy stuff. I'm going to port my toilet so when I go to Taco Bell. Oh, thank you very much. With my boost cam combination. What a dumb thing to say. I love you, John Bailey. So listen to what you just said, and this is how it sounds in my head. You have a cammed, boosted car. Stock Gen 1 heads. And with porting a Gen 2 head, it'll add 40 horsepower to the rear wheel or to the flywheel. Because how do they measure that? If you're on the same timing, same cams, no way you're gaining 40 horsepower with just ported heads. I love you. I love you. Let's say you got a boosted Gen 1 heads with cams, and it makes 800 horsepower. On the same tune, same cam phasing, you bolt on a ported set of Gen 2s, you make 821. You're going to make 819. And you're going to go, where did my 40 horse go? And you're going to lose torque. Go ahead. Go ahead. Danny Bill says, I'll run any PBD Ortiz or tricky all motor Coyote with my all motor Coyote. Yo, dude, Danny built car is serious. So be careful what you wish for. That car is serious. For the money you'd spend on those heads, you're more than halfway there for a blower or pulley down. Like imagine you have an 800 horsepower Gen 1 Coyote, and you go, let me get some ported Gen 2 heads for what, $2,300? Or you could just buy a $200 pulley and go down a couple of sizes. Crazy stuff. Don't forget to put gas-saving tornado in the cold air. Ported toilet measuring behind the balls. Ha! I was saying that for $1,700 for heads and $1,500 for porting equals a lot of money for small gains. That's what you need to say. I agree with you. Alex, is there changes in the tune between AT manifold and Boss manifold Gen 1? No. They're literally the same. They're literally the same cam timing. Our tests showed that it was like identical. Like it made no difference. I just poured my horsepower. Dang. Bill, don't go on the street though. Oh, he's talking that shit. Who cares? Like racing's so gay. Like if your car runs a number at the track, then on the street that doesn't matter. So let's say you run on the street. And I say, cool, I bet you don't run that at the track. How would you feel? You'd go, well, my MO is the street. Well, his MO is the track. So don't say, I bet you don't screet though, if you don't track. I'm blown away that people build Billy badass track cars. Like stupid, dumb, really badass track cars. And then you're like, I bet you won't fuck with me on the street. It's like watching a guy play baseball, hit home runs, and then you go, I'll kill him in tennis, and you're better at tennis than him. Like, let's say you play tennis, and that's all you play. And you go to a baseball game, and Giancarlo Stanton hits a 500-foot home run, and you're like, I bet you he can't volley with me. A completely different skill set. Can I run C85 on my E85 tune, 3rd gen? Yes. You could always get a smaller crown. What a great reference, Monty 540. Thinking of doing a Coyote sub on El Camino. Thoughts? I think it's great. I think Chevy trucks have a great design. They just have a not so great engine. And the cheaper Coyote swaps become, the more popular they'll become, and they'll end up in Chevys. I love a step side like 1500. It needs a Coyote in it. 40 horsepower for ported 50 Fox. I just want a 9-second stick car for myself. Like you said, racing is gay. Just want that time slips. Exactly. When Alex says, I love you, but you know, it's something about to get flamed. Danny built maybe street, but glass roof Coyote is more streeter. And that's the thing. I bet you don't street though. I bet you don't street.
I love Ryan Martin, and he got the best of everything. I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm most street.
It's such a weird thing to say to people. Exactly. It's like saying Brett LaSalla doesn't have a fast car because it doesn't do no prep grudge races. Right. Like Brett LaSalla's car is Joel Steele's old car. And he put a badass combo in it, redid a bunch of stuff, and the car is rolling out. It has running 640s in street trim. You would never say that guy can't screet. No, that guy built a track car. Now, when I see screet guys, I go, okay, that should translate easily to a track, right? Like this shock that extends 800 feet and your 45-pound plates in the back on the parachute mount should really do well on a ultra sticky surface. It's not like it's going to do a big wheelie and slam down and kill the oil pan. Two different skill sets. Street stuff and sticky track stuff. Two completely different skill sets. Michael Jordan playing baseball, but he played baseball pretty well. Look, I can't hit 210 in the minor leagues. No way. We need to meet up and get those runs in. It should be interesting, says Jeremiah Camp. Oh, yeah. Look, hey, guys, don't forget about me. I got the ZR1. I still gotta fuck all y'all up, and I gotta fuck up Jeremiah Camp, and I gotta fuck up Nixon Tarpia once my ZR1 makes 800 wheel. Once it makes 800 wheel, I'm gonna go out there and play. Not there yet. Speaking of Chevy trucks, there's a guy coyote swapping 90 Silverado, and it got nothing but love. Exactly. See, when LS stuff gets put into Ford, a lot of Ford guys go, ew, nasty, gross. But when coyotes go into stuff, people go, not bad. Why? They recognize that this is not cheap. They recognize that if you have the money to coyote swap something, you probably are going to make it look nice. So people go, nice, we'll see what it turns out like. And it usually ends up being a clean, bang-up job. When you see an LS in a Fox body, there's wires everywhere. There's turbo kits falling apart. It's fast, cheap, but it looks like shit. And, you know, you're like, I wouldn't drive this. It's going to catch on fire. Typically, when people coyote swap stuff, they got some money, super clean, and the car performs well. An Apache with a coyote swap would be badass. Oh, my God. Killer. Steele's car was like listening to a symphony going down the track. No other stick car gave me the raw feeling that Joe Steele cars did when he ran. The flames, the separation, the shifting, the consistency. 680s. I don't know of any stick shift cars, period, that are consistent 690, 680 cars. Izzy says, street guys snap parts the second they step on the track. Exactly. I remember back in the day, people would talk shit on the guy with 410s and a Turbo 400 who is set up for digs, but he won't roll race. Right. I am blown away that there are people out there going, oh yeah, you probably run a quarter, but I bet you won't roll. No shit. Stupid. My converter's set up a certain way. My gearing is set up a certain way. What the fuck? Well, let me go home and get my roll car. No. Don't get your roll car. I want to race this one. Oh, the one that is not set up for roll racing? So let's flip it. Let's get your roll car versus my drag car on the drag strip. Oh, no. My shit ain't set up for the drag strip. Then shut up. I already know you're a bum-ass bitch when you're calling out cars to do stuff that they're not set up to do. Like Brett LaSalle, doing street shit. It's just dumb. So I don't even listen and I don't get emotional. I just go, the fuck out of here. You're a fucking clown. I remember seeing a twin turbo Gen 2 Coyote in an AC Cobra, and people are tired of years of LS swaps. I've seen Hemi-powered C7s. Wesley Evans' car was nice as well. It was very nice, but Joe Steele's car was next level. Like, next. The cool thing about Wesley Evans' car was the simplicity. UPR stuff. Small block Ford, nitrous, getting it done. Joe Steele's car was like what the best money can buy, and what that platform can do was just great to look at. Correct, JD. Wesley's small block nitrous car sounds mean as fuck. Factory 5 Racing did an F-150 pre-run a thing called the XTF. Have you seen it? Ain't no regular F-150. It's a effing Raptor.
Ain't no regular F-150. This a fucking Raptor.
What's it called? The FTX? Factory 5 FTX. Factory 5 FTX. That'd be cool. What the? Motor Trend new Factory 5 XT1? Factory, what? Man, it's a Raptor, bro. It's a fucking Raptor. Get out of here. It's a Raptor. Motor Trend on new Factory 5 XT1. Let's show it. It's a fucking Raptor, dude. It's just a Raptor. That's all it is.
Ain't no regular F-150. This a fucking Raptor.
Yeah, I'm not a fan at all. Like I see this and I'm like, I see this at the mall every day. I mean, I see this at the mall every freaking day. I live in a well-to-do area. This shit's whack shit here. Gen 3 built short block, trans built with circle D converter on a Whipple 3.5 pulley. Want to go 3.25 with a revision, be smart just to make sure things are good. This is what I would do. Whipple 5.0, slap on the pulley, do a watt pull to 6,000 RPMs in fourth or fifth gear, whichever one hooks. Send it in. We'll see fuel pressure. We'll see boost. We'll see load. Everything looks good. We'll then say, same tune, 7,500 RPMs. Whoop. Send it in. Looks good. Can you get me a watt pull of shifts? Like 456 or 3456. Sends it in. Boom, boom, boom. Fuel pressure steady. Vaya con Dios. You're good to go, brother. Anyone who added oil cooler with a single on 376, it's like a boxer calls out a jiu-jitsu guy for a fight, but then doesn't want to go to the ground. Two different worlds. Imagine, what's that guy's name who's a big bodybuilder? Whoa, there's Tony. Who's a big, he's so sudden. Big bodybuilder who was calling out MMA guys a while ago. And he's like, I'm 260 pounds. Like, I'll kill you. I'm 260 pounds. I'll kill you. And a jiu-jitsu guy that weighs 145 will fuck him up. That's why I think Elon Musk challenging Zuckerberg. Thank you, Bradley Martin. Elon Musk challenging Zuckerberg to an actual MMA fight. If Zuckerberg grabs him, all he has to do is grab an arm or his back. All he has to do is grab his back. And if he puts the triangle in or a rear naked choke, you're going to sleep, Elon. You're going to sleep. Jiu-jitsu is next level. And Bradley Martin would say, no, street fight. Street fight. What the fuck? You think because you say street fight that the other guy is going to adhere to jiu-jitsu? Oh, okay. You're going to do street fight style. I'm going to stick to jiu-jitsu? No, I'm going to kick you in the nuts. It's a street fight. I'm going to kick you in the nuts. You bend down. I take your back. I choke you out. I don't give a fuck how big you are. So Bradley Martin saying, I'm 260, bro. He's very strong and very athletic. It's no different than a baseball player saying, I will beat you at tennis. Not just totally different disciplines. Stop it. No, but he's 260, brother. Yeah, he said it like, what? Come on, man. And then Devin Haney, boxer. Okay, guys. Just because a guy boxes, yeah, does not mean he sticks to boxing if he's in a street fight. Okay? Most of these guys boxing grew up in a bad neighborhood. You don't think Crawford has been in some street fights? You don't think Crawford has been in the trenches just taking people's heads off in the neighborhood? So you think because you watch him box that that's what he's going to adhere to in a street fight? Bro, he would maul you, bro. Devin Haney would maul Bradley Martin in a street fight. Crawford would maul Bradley Martin in a street fight. Mighty Mouse would choke out a guy that's 100 pounds heavier than him in a street fight. So stop. Stop with this. I bet you don't do street stuff. I bet you don't roll race. No, my car that is at the track, my car that is set up for the track, that's set up to drag races at a track. So don't call it out on a street race. Right, Kimbo was a badass street fighter. He went into MMA where they put rules and he got fucked up. Bradley Martin and Nate Diaz was hilarious, right? He goes, what happens if I would grab you? Nate Diaz goes, then you're dead. He goes, if you grab Devin Haney, he's dead. If you grab me, you're dead. And that's true because Nate Diaz is like legit ground dude. Followed, you don't post shit? Okay, what's happening? Bite those ears. Said that to Nate Diaz too, right? Hellcat will eat Chevy for breakfast. Okay. What's happening here? We got, what's going on? How come everyone's leaving me out of the spots here? No one tells me about the drag racing spots and no one tells me about shit here. I gotta go race in the middle of like a real busy neighborhood. It's stupid. I'm always out of the loop. Bud Crawford's mom admitted that she would put her son up against all the other kids and always told him he wasn't shit. But he's a dark horse, brother. This guy's the wast of every time. He don't know anything about cars. Okay, first of all, I don't know what the hell wast is. Did you mean waste? Jason Horton? This guy is a wast of everyone time. Oh, I already know. I don't even gotta guess where you're from. All I have to do is read. This guy is a wast of everyone time. The old ghetto squad says, I'm built like a college defensive tackle, and Chuck Liddell would whoop my ass and have to wait. At least you admit it. Justin Michael says, fighting a guy in the street that knows brilliant jiu-jitsu is no joke. The octagon has rules. The street does not. We say goodbye. Your wrist, your ankle, elbow, fingers. I have seen some jiu-jitsu fights that have gotten out of control, or gym sessions where guys make a point of breaking shit. Ankles, arms going the other way, shoulders popped out of sockets, and I'm like, I'm good. Coyote Direct is putting twin turbos on a dark horse. How's that going to work without tuning? Be available? I don't know. I know, but I don't know where the fuck it's at. I still don't know where it's at. Tommy Gunn had a Freddie Mercury. Wow. You're a waste of time, Alex. W-A-I-S-T. Can you imagine fighting someone who's being restricted by rules in the octagon? Imagine fighting with no rules. That's murder. He said Kelly said his S650 is faster than any Gen 3. No, it's not. It's just not. 10R80 Performance Pack is going to run the exact same number. No tune. Guys, stop it. He uses draggy tests as scientific tests. And if you notice, it's going downhill. Again, the car's going downhill. Like, stop it. Hellcat. Way east of time. Ignore email and it's just Baltron. Being put in an armbar is not fun at all. I don't even want to ever try it. No, thank you. You don't call people out to your game. You can them out at their game. You don't call people out to your game. You can them out at their game like McGregor did. Gracie versus Shamrock 1. Shamrock had 40 pounds on Gracie and got tapped in under a minute. Yeah, look. I think a street racer calling out a drag racer to a street race is just as stupid as a drag racer calling out a street racer to a drag race at a track. You know what I mean? It's just two different disciplines, and just because you're doing something similar doesn't mean you should bring them into your world and then, because, okay, I've never seen a race ever where a guy goes, I'll race you on the street if you race me at the track. Like, never. I've never seen that. It's always whoever wins in their specialty says, I don't need to race you no more. I'm good. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. And I'm like, well, that's not how it works. If you're in that weird world, and you're gonna challenge somebody to a race in your world, and they accept, it is only fair and gentlemanly to say, I'll race you in your world. But we don't live in that world no more. We live in this cloud chasing stupid world where you get a 10-second clip of something that favors you, and you put it up on social media to clown the other motherfucker. Meanwhile, he's beating you 10,000 other times in other places, but no one has ever caught it on video. But that one time you beat him, you caught it on video, you just go clowning the motherfucker forever. It's crazy stuff. This chat is kryptonite for basic English. Apparently, removing the carbon traps on the 24 does not throw a code. That's good news for tuners. That's really good news for tuners. If you remove the carbon trap and no codes are thrown, that's a good thing. Because remember, I said that if it does and they become tunable, it can be considered tampering. So now if the carbon traps are able to be removed and no check engine lights and the car keeps running miles and miles afterwards, great news for tuners. Best part of finding the max effort build of an S650 is when the terminal velocity reaches of a C130 from a dig to a dig. We know what you mean, Alex, but it doesn't stop ducks from arguing like that. Motherfuckers don't run backs no more. But how does it do on the road course? Oh, that's the best. That's the best. I love people that say, oh, you guys don't care. You know, like, oh, all you care is about a straight line. I'm sorry. That's the 90% of people that race in a straight line. Well, that's not a real driver. Cool. So if I'm going to do twisty stuff, why would I do it with a 3,800 pound car? If I'm going to get into road racing, why would I do it with a very heavy car? I'd get it under 3,300 pound car. And the Mustang ain't it. It doesn't make any sense to me to get into road racing on an extremely heavy car. So those cars are usually favorable for drag racing. The wheelbase, axle setup seem to be favorable. And there are timers on most track applications. Most of them are 0 to 60, 0 to 8th, quarter, or half mile. Where does it say Laguna Seca? Are you on Laguna Seca? Yup. Start your timer now. There's a lap timer. There's a trip timer. Stop it. It don't matter if you win 1 inch or a mile. Stan K. Cucci, what? 40 Minnesota, sells a 1,000 horsepower F-150. They build in-house. Have you seen them? Nope, never heard of them. And that's bullshit. 1,000 horsepower F-150. So an E85, no catalytic converter, 20 pounds of boost truck with a warranty. That's what they got? Who fist fights on the street? Y'all ain't from Florida. Exactly. It's bottles, it's knives, it's a gun. Can we say that last quote, Alex? Which one? Stan K. Cucci. Ford. Stan K. Cucci? How fast is it on the Nürburgring exactly? I was going to hit the curves. If I was going to hit the curves, it would be on 2 wheels. Road racing, I could use my 91 Camaro at its current weight, but I want to drag race it. Currently looking at Z06 ZR1 because I'm tired of road racing my heavy S550, but ran this in the Nürburgring. Road race a Miata equals drag race a Fox body. Exactly. If you're going to get into road racing, get into the lightest chassis possible that's the cheapest and have some fun. Just like you want to get into drag racing, you get into the lightest chassis possible, the Fox body, and have some fun. The 350 is a 3,800-pound car with a motor that belongs in a 3,300-pound car in stock form. I don't think the ZR1 will make that much, honestly. Okay. Stanky Coochie, right. I was like, what is happening? Bunch of Mike Tysons in the chat. A lot of people trying to quote stuff, and I'm just, I don't even know what the hell you're saying. A lot of the guys here, I think they type it too quickly, and I've made that mistake. I've done the same exact thing, so I understand where you're coming from. Are the new C8s heavy? Yes. They're heavier than the C6. The C7s are heavier than the C6. The C6s are lighter than the C7 and the C8s. Road racing is fun as fuck, but a whole lot easier to find a quarter mile on a straight road. Elva Galarga says, my bad, Alex. I should have proofread it. You challenge people to get race, not yours. Elva Galarga says, my bad, Alex. I should have proofread. You challenge people to get race, not yours. How do you fuck that up like twice? Alex, what do you think about the new 6.8 liter Mustang? Hey, coochie leaking? Alex, what do you think? What does fuel pumping look like on a data log on 85 plate kit? So usually one bank shows a richer condition than the other. What you'll see is bank to bank, depending on where how the runners are designed and where the fuel is puddling, it might show up as actually, believe it or not, if it puddles and backfires, it shows a lean condition on that bank. Yeah. Alex, buy a GT3 RS. I don't got that kind of money. See, at your 3,500-ish, maybe 3,600. Yes. I know they're like 36. I think my car's like 33 or 30, low 34s or high 33s. He did the dash. Road racing is big money. Tony's a beast. Tony's the biggest Boston I've ever seen. I have never seen a Boston Terrier this big. What's up? Come on. Let's give him a size. Come on. We need to get a size update. Come on. We need to get a size up. Oh my God, you're just a mess. You're just a mess. Oh man. Size update on Tony. I'm not gonna grab your balls. Ugh. There it is. Now guys, this is a Boston Terrier. You see those little tiny dogs like on movies and shit? There's nothing tiny about this motherfucker. He is beef. Look at that dick! Alright. Oh man. I love that puppy, man. I'm telling you, he's great. He full of energy, super healthy, just eats his kibble, chills the fuck out. I got really, really lucky with this dog. Minimal training, and he's just kind of like turnkey. You know what I'm saying? C6 ZR1 worth the price over a Z06? Yeah. Because you're a couple of bolt-ons away from being deadly. Porta blower, E85 headers. It's like dumb shit. The S650 of the Boston Terrier. He is pitbull size. What kind of dog it? What kind of dog is that? A Shih Tzu? Hey man, what kind of dog is that? Shih Tzu? Man, right then and look like a turtle. Didn't you say you were gonna do heads cam on the? Okay, yeah. Tony's face on Bledsoe's car. That'd be funny. Alex, you need a sandwich bag for Tony. Remember the guy that said that he would jerk off his dog into a sandwich bag and then like fertilize the females? What a psycho. Koenigsegg and done. He's huge. Oh my God, he's a big Boston. 32 pounds. That's a big Boston. Would it also show short-term fuel back half past even though it hit short-term one on both banks? No. If on the back half of the pass, your car's trending rich, that means your fuel jet is too high. You might want to lean it out a little bit and make the difference up in the calibration. The newer Miata is 2,500 pounds and cheap. The 24 Mustang is 3,900 pounds and big money. Which one are you taking road racing? Exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much again. On the poll, Peasant Chat won the poll. Hashtag Peasant Chat won the poll. So we might do Baltron with the Peasant Chat underneath. So we can do that. Hey, Bryson Witt, see if we can get something going. Hashtag Peasant Chat with Baltron underneath and Jim Farley's face. I think that'd be hilarious on Bledsoe's car. And tomorrow, I'm going to put another poll up on the community tab and see what we can get going. And then I'll send you a PayPal link, my PayPal link, and we're going to try to raise $2,000 for Alec Bledsoe because he's going to close his shop, bring a couple of extra 1080s, and see if his ZL1 can compete at World Cup. I just want to help him. He didn't ask me for shit. I just want to help him because I like him and I want him to succeed. Also, go out there on the dragillustrated.com/nominate and put his information down for the 30 for 30 because we need the guy to be recognized because he's doing big things in the in the LT and LS world, respectively, because I think he's a good guy. He's got a good work ethic, young, and he's getting after it, and he's seems to be doing really good, and he's competitive in many different platforms, so he knows his shit. So we want to support good people because it's really rare when you come across good people in this industry. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back on Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Those of you that are expecting a dating channel, tomorrow on the dating channel, I'll be on at 8 to 9:30, or if not, 9 to 10:30. We'll see what I feel like doing, but I'll try to give you a heads up. But for now, let's do it 8 o'clock on the dating channel for tomorrow. Go live to let you know what's going up, give you a life update, and we'll talk some dating stuff. But for the rest of you that only follow the car shit, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good rest of your day. See you guys later. Bye.